Hello guys, coming at you with another review of Hollyoaks. Let's get to it. What happened in today's episode? We obviously seen Martine and Felix having words in the village. Grace watching from a distance. Martine telling Felix to back off and get lost. She chooses Grace. Later, Grace came back down with Felix's belongings in some bin liners and chucked them at him, and obviously had it off with him across the in front of the entire village. Sorry, and I don't know what to think of that, to be honest. I really like Grace, I do. I think she's funny ever since she's come on the square. She has a very valuable, kind of like a villain, comical character. She was much more gangster back in the days, but whenever her emotions are involved, she just can't seem to control it, and it's always got to be in front of people. She loses her marbles. And within rightly so. I think Felix obviously has led her on a bit. What am I saying? Led her on a lot, and he does obviously deserve some sort of backlash. If anything, he just lucky. Obviously, she didn't go off him even more. I think if this definitely was in Grace's older days, where she was more fierce and obviously more of a gangster, I don't think she would have let it slide. 100%, I do not think she would have let it slide. But obviously, as things developed, everyone's a bit older and wiser. And now, obviously, Martine doesn't want her because of Grace, but they met up in the hospital later, or Grace was waiting there. I don't know why she went there, but she did say to Martine, if you and Felix are special, then don't chuck it away. And I don't know, I think Martine responded somewhat positively to that, and that got her thinking. Of course, in the end, Walter had to bump into Felix, and Felix was carrying around flowers, all happy. I don't know what to make of this, because Walter is obviously very protective of his daughter, and then he's saying all sorts of kind of things to Felix, and that's it. That's enough for anyone to fall back into not a good place. And I can't believe Walter just said that, especially after he's come out of hospital and some thugs attacked him, aka Warren. But for him to straight away go in at Felix. Listen, Felix has been around the village for about a year, I believe, probably longer than that, and he's been around for the triplets. He's played a part. He's trying to make amends. He's been co-parenting with Martine. He's been set up a business in the village, a garage. He's basically built a life in the village. But then Walter's saying to him to basically go away. That does not make sense to me at all, because in terms of like, just in general, even in real life, that's you wouldn't do that. So they could have kept that bit a bit mundane. But I think obviously Walter saw his daughter getting messed around again in his eyes, and he can't bear to look at that. And obviously she's going through battling cancer, and it's just one of those things where everyone's got like different sides, but sometimes you have to point out the wrong that people are doing. So anyway, I think it is a tricky situation. It's a bit messy, but Walter did not have that right, in my opinion, especially when he called Felix boy. He's a grown man, he's middle aged, and he's been through a lot himself, and you're just dragging up the past again. I get it's a big thing, but he should have done that from the beginning when Felix even arrived. He probably did, but a year after he'd been co-parenting with Martine. Anyway, I like Walter a lot, but sometimes he just doesn't make sense where he's coming from. Tony and Diane. Wow. I do feel sorry for Diane because she is, you know, as you can see in the picture, she is going through a lot mentally. And it's just one of those things, you know, someone could look perfectly well, but inside their heads, they're battling, they're going through hell, literally. And it's very, when someone's going through mental health, no one is allowed to kind of judge or tell that person how they should be feeling, or it's very tricky. I do think you have to be very, very cautious when you have example in Tony's shoes, to kind of go, you know, go around the subject, how to bring it up with Diane that he's worried for her. So when he Googled, I think he went to the internet and then he told her, I think he thinks that she has depression and anxiety. I do think that was a bit insensitive and that wasn't the correct way. And she even said, Diane even fought back and said, I don't want you to self-diagnose me. And Tony is not a medical professional, he's a chef. He's not a doctor. He's not a psychiatrist. He has no right to say that to Diane. He should have just said, I'm worried about you. And the last thing you want to say to someone that's going through some, you know, mental health issues that I've been looking up online, that just sounds, that sounds very insensitive, and yeah, it just does not sound good, unfortunately. And I think people, everyone, including me, we just all need to be more educated in this aspect. And I'm glad Hollyoaks I was bringing that up. But obviously, I'm glad Tony did address it to Diane. He's always been there for her. So his intention, I don't believe for a second, is malice. It's just Tony. He's always been there for her. If anything, he's been there. He's always been loyal to Diane. I do think that, yeah, well, we'll see, guys. We'll see how it goes, because I do hope Diane gets much better. She's been going through this a lot, because I'm trying to word my speech very carefully as well, because most people would say it's a form of OCD. We don't know yet. We need a doctor or psychiatrist to come across Diane and then diagnose her, if Diane accepts the help. So right now, you can say, yeah, it's OCD-like behavior. We can't say Diane's got OCD. We can't say she's got this, she's got that. You just have to wait for the doctor or psychiatrist to come and assess her. That is the best way. She was inside the hospital. I don't know why. Obviously, it's not a click on the finger where she's going to get someone's going to get better. It's a very lengthy process. And in my previous reviews, you will always see, please don't drag a certain storyline. But this, when it comes to mental health or any kind of illness, whether it be mental, physical, there's no such thing as dragging this storyline. There is no such thing, because some people fight all their lives with this stuff. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought on today's episode. Subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and I am going to come back to you with more consistent reviews. And any subscription will mean the world.